at Acadian Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram under the big American flag. We've been here for 30 years, and we're going to continue being here for the next 30 years to serve you with all your automotive needs.
Tonight on Grillin with the Guru,
Kurt, what we doing, baby?
it's steak night, baby.
Ooh, who loves a good steak?
Everybody. If you don't, you might want to change the channel. Don't change the channel.
Because you can do this with other proteins.
Yeah, what we're going to say transfer. So we're doing 3 ways. We're doing sous vide, we're doing reverse sear, and we're doing traditional grilling. And we're going to tell you what we think is the best.
Yeah, but it's up to you what you think is the best.
You don't want to miss this because Grillin with the Guru starts
Right now! Woohoo! Go Saints! Hey guys, welcome back to the show, Kurt. Ooh,
Bro,
man,
this is one of our favorites. This is one of our favorites.
I know we got to thank our sponsors, but look how beautiful that cut of meat is.
Yeah,
right
let's
there.
get to it. Okay. Acadian Dodge.
Under the big American flag.
Across from.
The airport.
Y'all know where it's at. They've been
Yeah.
there for a long,
For
long
a
time.
long time.
Taking care of people, making
Go
deals.
see them. They'll fix you up with a car. Are the interest rates coming down a little bit?
A little bit. They're coming down a little bit, but listen, they have dealer cash and finance and rebate offers. Go see them. They're gonna
It's
take care of it.
practically you get a car for nothing. Just go get you one. Tell them I sent you.
Tell them it's for nothing. Oh, Cajun Market.
Oh, right on Barrel School Road. Go see
Timmy, look
and
what
his
Timmy
family
did.
over there.
Look what we
Man,
got.
let me tell you, beautiful. I mean, their butcher area is unbelievable. Now, let me tell you, I went in right after the Hurricane Francine and Padian.
Nothing.
Oh, they wiped them out, but they're restocked. I mean, I went over there looking good again today, baby. So look, go get you some.
Get what's greatest foods makers of Louisiana love. If you ain't cooking with Louisiana love, your steak is not as good as it could be.
Stop that. Just do it.
But we're going to talk about
it.
we're going to talk about that with this. And of course, the Gidry Companies at 204 Wilson Street.
Yeah, powder coating, custom
fabrication, ornamental ironwork.
And they are busy.
Go see Greg in them. Go see Greg in them.
Hey, look, it's time to reclaim the patio. If your patio furniture looking kind of shabby,
It's fixing to be our time to shine, guys.
that's it. It's called the second spring.
Yeah, well, it's fall is less than 90 degrees. That's what we're doing.
That's right.
So hey, let's get to it.
Hey.
So we have steak. We have 2 cuts of meat. We have 3 steaks and 2 cuts of meat.
But there's only two.
Yeah, I know. Right now you're saying,
you
Kurt,
can't count,
you can't count, bro. You've been
Well, you went to school, bro.
been hitting the bottle. That Port Barry education's kicking in. So listen, one of the techniques we're using is sous vide, and sous vide is a French term that means under pressure. And the way it works is you put your protein in a plastic bag and you put it in hot water at a very specific controlled temperature. And if you get a shot of our little device over here, you see exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly. That thing's fancy.
So what this is it's simply just a heater with a pump on it.
It circulates
and
the
it
water.
circulates the water and it holds it at a very specific temperature.
So no matter how long you keep that steak in there at 125, it'll never cook hotter than 125.
It could be there till tomorrow. Now the reason why I have the fall on it is to help keep the heat in.
Speed up the process.
Well, and it doesn't have the little machine doesn't have to work as hard.
That's right.
So there's several different brands of these floating around.
Yeah, we even did one with an igloo ice chest.
Yeah, that was an older show, and you could do that too.
Yeah.
So that's one technique. We're going to do our tried and true reverse sear, which is something that we both enjoy doing because of the ease and the results.
The results are incredible.
And then we're gonna do a traditional grill where we just take it from this, sear it, cook it to our temperature using a meat thermometer, and then we're gonna see which one we think is the best.
That's right.
But when it comes to seasoning,
yes, big debate.
Listen,
big debate.
I like seasoning, right? I like to pre-season my steaks. I like to grill them really hard. I like a hard sear on them, real hot. You are a traditionalist.
I like doing my salt and pepper. Just all I use, guys, on my steak. Salt and pepper. No offense.
But you do it after.
I do it after, and the reason I do it after because I've talked to a lot of professionals in the barbecue circuit world, And when it comes to steak, some people say that you put salt on the meat and it brings the water to the surface.
Yeah.
Tendency to dry out the meat and pre-cook it almost, because that's what salted meat is, pre-cooked meat with salt. And you may even burn the peppercorns over a hot fire, which distorts the flavor of the peppercorn. So when I go to a restaurant, I'm very deliberate. I look at that waiter and I say, I don't care how y'all normally say, I don't want no demi-glace, reduced wine sauce. I don't want no mushrooms. I don't season my steak. Don't put no fancy rosemary, nothing like that. Just cook my steak to medium rare and bring it to me, and I'll do the rest.
Purist.
I'm a purist.
So listen, we're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to talk more in depth about those. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
We're going to get to that. We're going to tell you about that. Yeah. That has a very specific purpose, and it's one that you, especially in our economy, you're going to want to take advantage of that. But listen, when you come back, we're going to talk more about pre-seasoning versus not pre-seasoning, what chemically happens to proteins, and then that way you could kind of judge what it is you want to do. Timing plays a big factor.
And I tell you, you can practice, and if you don't want to practice on steaks because they're kind of pricey right now.
Yeah.
But you can practice on pork chops. You can practice on chicken because it'll actually duplicate to that.
Absolutely.
As well.
It transfers over.
Yep.
So hey,
Let's
come back.
Break.
Come back and see us in a couple minutes. We're gonna get more into it. This is the Steak Show.
Bum, bum, bum. Saints are going to the Super Bowl, baby.
Again.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show.
Oh man.
While y'all were gone,
we did it.
We put, now there's just 2 steaks left. So we put the 2 reverse sears on.
3 minus 2 is 1.
That's what they say right there.
In Port Barre and Como High School.
Both of them put together. Hey, 2 great minds think alike.
So where did we put it though? So you noticed on the video, the fire kicked up because we got some beautiful Bradford pear wood on there. But we put it to the far left.
That's right.
I put my hand over it. I could keep my hand over it. It wasn't very hot at all.
But to prepare the steaks, we took some clean paper towels. And if you see right here, Matt, if you could come in and get a shot, there's a little bit of surface moisture right here. Moisture is the enemy of browning, okay? Yeah. It creates steam. Right. So we patted that down, a light coat of oil. I seasoned mine. You did not season yours. We talked about it in the last segment.
Yeah, you have the ribeye, and I had the filet.
And we put them on the cold side of the pit, and they're going to sit there for 30 minutes or so.
We're going to check them
and we'll check them, and we're looking for a target temperature about 5 degrees less than what we want.
Yeah, when I'm grilling, like on a gas grill or a charcoal grill, I'm normally when I get close to like 115, I like mine at about 120, 125.
Right, so medium rare, little less.
So when I'm getting close to 110, 115, I know I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
So the way I want to finish mine off is on a hot skillet over a hot fire, and I want to sear the crap out of it.
Okay.
On top of it.
I'm going to do mine over direct coals, as hot as I could get them.
And you're just going to get some sear marks
I'm going to get some sear marks on it, and I'm going to just, I want the fire and the smoke to penetrate as much as we can.
There you go.
So in the last segment, we talked about pre-seasoning and what that does in salt. And Keith was 100% right when he said that when you add salt to a protein, it starts to draw the moisture out and basically starts to chemically cook it, and that's true.
Right.
But timing is the issue here. If I season this ribeye today for tomorrow, I'm going to run into a problem. It's going to get leathery. I'm going to have it's going to be really tough on the surface on both sides where the salt had contact.
It's actually going to cook it.
And it's going to start to cook it. It's going to start to draw it. Because cooking is really just the removal of water. Right. It's really what it is.
Right.
With or without the introduction of heat. So if I pre-season it and put it directly on, I let it sit for 10 minutes, no harm, no foul.
Right.
So now that leads into marinating. Oh, do you marinate a steak? Do you not marinate a steak?
That's what I was wanting.
You know, so
the only beef I like marinated are shish kebabs because when you put them on the grill, they're pretty much pre-cooked. It's almost like ceviche.
And that's right.
Depending on how long they stayed in that butcher's paper, in the meat counter.
That's correct.
And what I like to do is get my fire piping hot, and I just sear it for like a few minutes on each side, and I take it off. It's cooked. It's ready to go.
Yeah. So when a protein, in any protein, stays in a salty or an acidic solution for a long time.
A lot of people use like soy sauce.
Soy sauce, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It starts to change the chemical structure of the protein, which means the salt any acid is starting to draw the moisture out from between the fibers. Those fibers tighten up and squeeze, and as they tighten up, they get tough.
They get real tough.
Okay, so you want to try to avoid that as much as you can.
Right.
What you got right there?
So this is typically called a jacquard in the culinary world, and it's basically a meat tenderizer.
That's right.
Yeah, so we don't need that. The way we're cooking?
No.
Yeah, but tell them why they may need this.
But, so let's say, hey, beef is very expensive now. Let's say you find a nice sirloin. Skirt steak on sale.
Tri-tip.
Tri-tip. Any of the non-tender primal cuts.
Right.
This is invaluable.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is,
That's exactly right.
they call it the generic, it's a needler, okay, and for obvious reasons. So what happens is those little needles go in and disrupt, they break up the protein structure and the muscle structure, and allows, so whenever they cooks, instead of them getting real tight and sticking to each other, they have spaces in between the proteins. So whenever they...
You know, I've been going to a chiropractor. I need to just use that on me.
You're going to be a new man in the morning.
You think?
Also, if you, just kind of looping back, if you're going to marinate, you use that before.
Yeah.
And then you marinate, or you inject.
Well, I had this really smart guy, Chris Marks, Competition World, Three Little Pigs, won the Kansas City Royal. I think him and his dad like 15 times. Most wins ever by any one person.
Not an amateur.
So he knows what he's talking about, and he used the jacquard on a brisket. What he does is he puts the mustard as a binder,
right,
and he comes back with the seasonal, whatever his rub is that he's using, and then he comes back and he basically blasts it to do two things. Number one is to, like you said, break up the muscle fibers, tenderize it, so to speak, and also to impregnate that beef with that seasoning into the meat.
Yeah, it has a bunch of uses. It's a great tool. I would never use it on a nice, beautiful ribeye fillet like this because, the meat's going to turn to mush. Oh, yeah. It's going to get so tender that it's going to just be poor to eat.
Yeah,
you're
you
just
use
not
this
gonna like
on that. I mean, all this muscle is just going to break apart.
So, Matt, come in and let's take a look at what we got right here.
3 parts to a ribeye.
Yeah. So you have the cap, you have the eye, and you have the tail. But if you see all these white streaks in there, that's intramuscular fat or marbling. And both pieces have it. It's beautiful. That's where tenderness comes from.
That's right.
Now, no amount of cooking knowledge can make a bad piece of meat taste good or be more tender. The cow does the majority of the work.
Wow.
Okay? So if you're buying choice, you'll never have prime, no matter what you do to it.
Right.
If you buy prime, you can mess it up, but you're starting with a good piece of product.
That's what I've told people. A lot of people, they ask what's the best cut of meat, and I'm like, it's important.
Right.
But it's also important how you cook it.
Absolutely.
And even more so how you cook it. I mean, we used to be on the radio with CJ and Debbie Ray, and CJ that was my favorite thing to tell him is like, hey, dude, you can give me the worst cut of steak, and you can have somebody grilling next to me with the best cut of steak, and I guarantee you, I'm going to give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
Because if you know how to cook it.
Right.
And you do not overcook it, it's going to be great.
Right, but you can't make it any better than what you start with as far as quality.
Right, that's
now
why
you can make it taste better, obviously.
That's like Wagyu. I mean, you're talking about that intermuscular fat. I mean, the Wagyu, when you look at it, I mean, some of it, there's more fat than there is meat.
We got to go to break, but before we go, I'm going to tell you a little story.
Tell me a little story, Kurt.
There's a local grocery store not far from where I work. I went, and I was going to get a steak to cook at home. And they had American Wagyu. Now, American Wagyu are Japanese bred cows that are being raised in America, but they treat them the same way and all the rest. $53 a pound.
Come on, you.
I was like, come on, everybody gonna have to chip in on one steak.
That's like a crackling. They say, I just want one crackling.
We're gonna have to cut it thin. The whole family gonna eat on one.
How many steaks you want? No, I just want that dinkle.
That's right.
That little piece right there.
If you cut the tail off, I'll take that.
That's what I want.
Y'all sell that by the ounce? Because
let's go and throw it to break. When we come back, we're going to put the sous vide on next or this on next?
This is going to be, this and the sous vide is going to be last. So this will go next, and then the sous vide and the reverse
we're just searing it.
That's all we're doing is searing it.
So y'all be patient.
Hey, I heard a rumor the Saints are going to the Super Bowl.
Saints are going to the Super Bowl, baby!
What?
Oh!
2 minutes, baby. Come back.
Okay, guys, moving right along.
When y'all were away.
Yep. Okay, so the reverse sears, we brought them up to temp.
Yep.
They're off the fire.
Yep.
We're gonna put them back on just to sear them.
Right.
And but what you got in the pot right here?
All right, this is our sous vide, right?
Yeah.
So we use the zipper type bag. You could use a vacuum seal bag, but you don't have to vacuum seal it. So here's a little trick for using a zipper bag. So when you put it in, you see there's a lot of air. As you lower it into the water will squeeze the air out for you, and then you just zip it closed. So you essentially, it's about contact.
I was doing like a straw.
No.
No?
And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. All right, so listen, there's a whole lot of liquid in there.
Yeah.
And you absolutely do not want to lose that. That's a whole lot of flavor.
Don't judge a book by its cover either. When you take it out the bag,
Yeah, see how it's ugly?
It looks kind of like gray.
But that's okay.
Sick.
This is gonna be the belle of the ball before long.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
gonna
tell
be
you
all right.
this: if you eat at a fine restaurant, they're using sous vide technique.
Yeah, well, it's a
invented
fantastic
it.
technique.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
French invented it because they wanted to be able to serve steaks quick and to the perfect doneness, and it's all about, getting it out the kitchen fast, and that's where they're at, guys.
And when you work in a professional kitchen, you can't stand comebacks. You can't stand when they come back.
Everybody wants a certain temperature.
And this guarantees
Absolutely
that you'll hit
guarantees
your
it.
target every time.
That's right.
But you can see it's real blonde, and it's like he said, it's not very appetizing right now.
Yeah, don't judge me.
But in the middle of that steak, it's 125 degrees.
And
in
it's
the
beautiful.
middle, and it's perfect.
You want to check it? You want to show them?
Let's hit it.
I think we got some naysayers out there.
Maybe so.
121, 122, 123.
We're going to call that good. That's
We're going to
close.
call that dead.
Yeah, that's close.
Well, I'm not going to say like my cousin Vinny, but this has been calibrated by the Department of Health and Hospitals.
So I'm
All
gonna
right, so guys, look, now we're getting to the part where we're going to throw. The sous vide is going to go on last because it's already cooked, tardonis, right?
That's right.
So we're going to put these on.
That's right.
now.
So when y'all come back, we're going to put the traditional grills on, and then we're going to follow it with our reverse sears and our sous vides, and then we're going to eat.
It's all coming together.
Just like it's supposed to.
And Timmy wanted me to show them this. Look, guys. He said, "What y'all putting as the sides?" I said, "Well, we're really doing nothing. It's a steak show." He said, "Please, this is like one of their most asked for sides. Twice baked potatoes, ready to go. Cream, sour cream, onions, bell pepper.
So we're going to put these on the grill and get them hot.
Bacon. I mean, it's done like your grandma used to do.
Give me that.
We're going to put that on, and we got some sides, guys.
Come back and see it.
Don't go nowhere. Welcome back, guys. Here we go.
All right.
We got the second round of steaks here.
Yeah, so this is going to be our traditional sear. So
sear.
remember, now if you're seen in the shot the sous vide steaks, we dry them off because again, moisture is the enemy of browning.
Right. And
So-
if you just join us, if they look different, it's for a reason. These we actually pre-cooked sous vide.
Right.
It's a water with a heating element that you set to a certain done temperature, and that's it. That's as high as it'll go.
That's it, and it's hands off. It takes care of itself until it's time to sear them.
Right.
So Keith is going to have this is our traditional cooking technique. Keith is going to have the filet. I'm going to have the ribeye.
I'm gonna have the ribeye. You got the ribeye on the other one. We're switching now.
I thought that was for this one.
Oh, that's for that one. My bad. You're right.
So I'm gonna season mine because I want it like that, and I'm not going to season his because he don't want it like that.
Yeah, we're just gonna hit it with the salt and black pepper
After the fact.
So these are gonna go over direct fire, hot fire.
Yeah. So, and look, there's a lot of techniques. 2-2-1. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute. It's okay to turn steaks. It's okay. Matter of fact, it's preferable.
Just
don't
use this device.
Yeah.
when you're turning your steaks.
Don't poke it with that, and don't sit around every 10 seconds flipping it because you're going to tear it up.
I mean, if you want to put a nice hatch mark,
yeah.
I normally go a minute on one side.
Yep.
And then quarter turn it, and we'll do. And then we.
Ooh, that sound,
you hear
baby.
that sizzle?
Hear that sound,
You
baby.
hear that sizzle? Look at that fire kicking up.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep. That's what we
So
want.
yeah, I normally do 1 minute, get a good sear, good lines on it, quarter turn it, same side.
Right.
Put it back on for another minute.
Right.
That's 2 minutes on that side.
Right.
Flip it.
And same process.
Same thing.
And then you're gonna hold it until you get to your target temperature.
That's
now
right.
remember, when you're doing direct when you're doing traditional grilling like this, you want to stop about 5 degrees short of what you want your doneness to be, because it's going to carry over cook.
A good 10, sometimes as much as 10 degrees.
As much as 10. I would, 5 to 7 degrees, you know. So
and look, I don't want to put too much emphasis on this, but get you a good quality instant read thermometer.
Yes.
They got a lot of thermometers out there. You get what you pay for.
Yeah,
so if it's under probably $75, it's gonna give you a reading, but you're gonna have to sit there with your hands over hot coals, just going, oh yeah, hurry up, Guyo, hurry up.
And look, other than the price, the way you could tell is they'll give you their error.
Yeah,
Their
plus or minus.
Plus or minus.
It's kind of like the polling data in the debates, you know.
Yeah, it's more minus than plus.
Yeah.
So the smaller the degree of error, the better the thermometer. If you're 0.1 degree or less, you got an excellent thermometer.
And Merrick, I hate to plug in, but they're good thermometers.
Yeah, they're excellent. We've been using that on the show for 10 years now.
At least. And it lasts. It's battery operated. It gives you the doneness right here.
Yeah,
So it's nice. Pretty much idiot proof.
All right. So when y'all come back, it's going to be a la manger time.
But so we're not going to cook these until the very end, because they're already cooked.
That's correct.
We're gonna
All we got to do is sear them.
That's right.
And then we're going to display them, and then we're going to cut them. We're going to look at the results, and then most importantly, we're going to taste the results.
We're going to taste it.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
So come back and see us, guys, because it's just about that time.
Did I tell you? I didn't tell you.
Maybe. I don't know.
The Saints are going to the Super Bowl.
That's what I keep hearing. Welcome back to Grilling with the Guru. Here it is. The results speak for themselves.
Look at man.
So this is sous vide.
Sous vide, reverse
sear, and traditional.
Look at the doneness, guys. Beautiful.
From edge to edge.
Through and through.
From edge to edge. And we got the same, maybe a little
bit of bullseye, but not bad.
And we got serious bullseye here.
Serious bullseye.
So if you're looking for doneness, you can't beat sous vide.
No.
It's perfect.
No, it's perfect. But if you don't have it, know that you can do a reverse sear.
You can do a reverse sear, and you're going to get real close.
Look at the tenderness.
You can cut it with a butter knife.
It's a butter knife, y'all. Look.
Well, at least it's not good. Holy crap. Oh, my God. We got to thank our sponsors, Acadiana Dodge, across from the airport under the big American flag.
Oh, my God.
Earl's Cajun Market. Timmy, thank you, baby.
No, we love you, Timmy.
Oh, my Lord. Gilbert's Greatest Foods, makers of Louisiana Love, and the Guidry Companies at 204 Wilson Street in Lafayette. Cook some steak, guys. Now, remember, this goes well with pork, chicken, but boiled steak.
Twice baked potato.
Timmy, where you at?
It's perfect together.
Look.
And when we say put bacon in it, I think you put half a pig in it.
Now, guys, you know that this really, right now, this really isn't something that you could do every day or whatever. But treat yourself. Treat yourself once a month or
even
whatever.
Even that fly wants some of that.
Well, you blame it?
Yeah, I don't blame him at all. Get out of here, you.
Look at that one, that ribeye, perfect.
Oh, I want this one.
It is so good.
Yeah, we just keep going back and forth.
So we can't help ourselves. Hey, thanks a lot for joining us on this episode of Grilling with the Guru. Join us next time. But we don't know what we're going to be cooking.
But it's going to be saucy bon.
And the Saints are going to the Super Bowl, baby. That's what I keep hearing. I don't know if it's true or not. I think it's a dirty rumor.
No, they're going, baby.
We will.
See you next
time. Steak, baby. So good.